For it.
Relax.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back for another great day. Happy Sunday. Everyone here must have remembered the time change last night. Congratulations on that.
No, the Cox did that.
I want to let you all know you all did a wonderful job yesterday. Did you see many black flags?
Yeah.
A few mechanicals here and there, a couple cars off. I don't need all your comments from the peanut gallery, Randy. Thank you.
But there was this Lambo that spun with this big ball.
We don't like to call out cars in the middle of a driver's meeting, so we will continue on. Randy, if you could please hold your mouth, we would appreciate it. If you would like to do your own driver's meeting, you can come up with Chin Track Days or Randy Track Days. Okay, so every single person, you did a wonderful job out on track yesterday. Did anyone crash their car? There we go. Now he can't say anything. So, did you know that somebody very easily could crash your car today? Because yesterday the troll might have missed 2 cars just barely with a glancing blow. That troll's hammer usually does not miss, and it usually takes prisoners, and it does not give any quarter to anybody, and it is a very, very harsh beast that lives underneath the bridge, and he's been very quiet this event. We want to keep him sleeping, do your part, and really, really keep yourself in check. Remember, it's cold today, so what else is going to be cold? Your tires. What happens when cold tires meet a cold track? Exactly. You can spin out very, very quickly, very easily, and a little mistake can turn into a big mistake because Road Atlanta is very punishing when you get hit. Who here has crashed a car at Road Atlanta? I'll put my hand up there. Who knows somebody that has crashed a car at Road Atlanta? Rest of the hands come up. Yeah, exactly. Added up together, Road Atlanta takes more cars away from our drivers than every track that we see combined. Serious. Road Atlanta is a high risk, high reward lap. That's the best way I can describe it to people that have not been here. When you get it right, it's one of the greatest feelings you can possibly get behind the wheel of a car. When you get it wrong, you get it wrong. And it very rarely gives you your car back. So continue your performance driving and do your part today to stay away from the wall. Keep the black flags to a minimum. Keep yourself in check. It is cold. Remember, remember, remember. All right, everyone. I'm going to jump off the major soapbox real quick and move on. I have to wish somebody a very, very, very happy birthday this morning. Tilo, where are you at? Everyone, wish Tilo a very happy birthday. It's his birthday weekend. So he's out here celebrating his birthday with the love of his life, taking down some track. They're taking on the track together. Great to have you here, Tilo. Great to see both of you. Really glad to have everyone out here. If you want to call your significant other out during the driver's meeting, come talk to me. I do take bribes.
I know that.
Everyone, I'm Austin. You should have met me yesterday. If you didn't meet me yesterday, come talk to us. We're over at the Chin trailer all day long. We have a full staff backing me up, not just my assistants. They are my coworkers. We are on the same level. We do the exact same job. We swap to swap. I'll be at the lead of this one. Jack will be the lead at Barber. This is Jack, everyone. You probably know him as well. And of course, the man in the hat right behind me, Mark Hicks. 21 plus years of excellence with him and Maria running the show. We couldn't be here without them today.
Good morning, drivers!
And of course, our chief instructor crew, Tim Traylor, Mark Cash, Clint Owings, taking on all the side jobs that we have for them, taking care of the classroom, taking care of tech inspection, absolutely. They're out here volunteering their time for a little compensation and beer and food every once in a while. to make sure that we're all taken care of and our drivers are taken care of appropriately. And Mike Daniel, the man on the scooter, running around making sure everyone's engines are off during the driver's meeting for me. We really appreciate him running the keyboard. Speaking of loss of control when your tires are cold, everyone, if you do happen to lose control today, you spin, 4 off, something's going on with your car, come on into pits. Go ahead, self-report yourself. Hey, I spun out. I'd like you to look underneath my car. Is everything okay? Is there anything hanging out? Did I hit that gravel trap too hard? And then the pit out steward, Jabari, is going to let you right back out on the track. He's going to release you after your car's been checked, you've been checked, making sure that you're safe to continue driving. Because we've seen drivers come in that may have been very shaken up and they may need to go change their pants out. We don't want to let you back out on the track in that situation because you are going to be worried about other things, and then one mistake turns into 2 mistakes, 2 mistakes turns into the wall. Can't have that. Keep yourself in check. If you start making mistakes, go ahead and come in. There's plenty of track time today. Don't throw it away in your first session. It's going to warm up, and we're going to gradually build our pace up today. By the end of today, there's going to be some seriously hot conditions. I think we saw 80 degrees on the forecast. Very nice. But remember, your track conditions are going to start to drop off as it gets hotter and hotter. So keep yourself in check the whole day. Stay hydrated. It's going to get hot like I just mentioned. Stay hydrated. Please keep pounding waters. I know we're drinking coffee at the moment. Got to get onto the water train. Keep on moving that on. Put your tow hooks in right away. I think we had 1 or 2 recoveries yesterday where there was no tow point attached to the car. Put your tow hooks in before you go out on the track. That way you don't need them. Because if you put them on in the paddock, you won't need them on the track. If you don't put them on and you go on the track, you're going to need them while they're in the paddock. Rule of thumb right there. We always like doing giveaways at our events. So, who here has driven the farthest to come to this track event? Boris in the back, how far did you come? Anyone farther than Illinois? Texas. I think Texas is farther than Illinois. We got a Texan right here. Stoner Car Care, Invisible Glass, and Chin Track Days Koozie going your way from Texas. Welcome. All right, everyone. Remember, COVID's still a real thing. This is real life. You very well could be infected, or somebody in your life could be infected by this terrible disease or the virus. Do your part. It may not be you that you need to worry about. It may not be your best friend that you need to worry about, but there might be a cancer survivor in this paddock. In fact, I know there's a cancer survivor in this paddock that is a high-risk individual. I do my part and wear my mask around my drivers so that they stay safe and they can come back and continue to drive so we don't get this track shut down. Because I promise you, those 11 events we canceled was some of the worst months of my life. I was questioning if I was going to have to go find a real job. I'm not okay with that. I love my job that I have now. Let's keep the tracks open. Let's keep on doing this. And we'll stay safe and clean together. Wash your hands. Keep your car sanitized if you're having passengers in it. Wear your mask when you're around other people. And for the love of God, please wear a mask when you approach the Chin trailer. We travel to more states than most of you do. We're constantly at a different track. I was at Eagles Canyon, Texas last weekend. Now I'm in Georgia. I'm going to be in Alabama next weekend. My point is that I don't want you to get anything from me if I happen to have it. Treat me like I have COVID, and I'll treat you like you have COVID. Terrible reality, but hey, we're living it. We're going to make it through it. We're going to go back to a normal standard, and we're all going to be, eventually vaccinated and or safe from this terrible, terrible thing that's hit us and brought us all together. We're still a community of drivers. We still have the same love for the sport, and we're working around the restrictions that we have to make sure we can keep on doing it. Thank you all for doing your part. Hit a few highlights on our format. Same as yesterday, same schedule as yesterday. Format's still the same. Point buys required, arm out the window, pass me on driver's left, over the roof, pass me on driver's right. Turn signals may also be used as 3 blinks to the left, 3 blinks to the right. Pass me on driver's right. If you do use your turn stalks, please remember to cancel your turn stalk. Certain race cars may have a button that you have to push. Make sure to repress that button so the turn signal goes off. Because if you leave your turn signal on, you are now giving every driver approaching you from behind a point by signal with or without your knowledge. And you need to know if you're pointing somebody by, because that could turn into a really bad situation if you don't know they're coming. If your turn signal's on coming down the front straight and you're expecting to take the apex at 1 and someone says, oh, his turn signal's on, I'm going to take this point by. When two cars meet, breaks my heart. Because not only was one car possibly down, but now there's 2 of these gorgeous machines in this paddock that very well could be taken out. And that's not okay. Safety is our #1 priority, so do your part. Cancel your turn stalks. If you're questioning if you should use your turn signals, just remember, I've never forgotten to take my arm back in the window after completing a point by signal. It's much easier to remember to pull your arm in. Entrance of pits, coming out 10B, fist in the air, 4-way flashes on if you're using your turn signals. Point by signal is a valid, a pit signal is a valid point by signal. Once they put the pit signal up, you may pass that driver. The ramps right here, right behind us, is our down ramp. This is a one-way ramp only. It goes down onto pit lane, turn left onto hot pits, wristband up, helmet tight, belts tight, numbers on the car, tech dot, ready to go. Coming off track, you're going to take the first exit. This is the up ramp. This is a one-way ramp as well. Please only go up that ramp for me. Individual point bys per car. So if you have 3 cars coming up behind you, make sure to let all 3 of those drivers know, hey, I see all of you. Give them the 1, the 2, and the 3. I had to do it a few times yesterday. Blue group was very fast paced. Lots of you were driving wonderfully. Saw a lot of really great examples of our drivers stepping up from the green group up into the blue group, and you start seeing those intermediate drivers carrying their pace, picking up their speed. Wonderful driving again. Paddock speed limit, fast you like to be hit as a pedestrian? Roughly about 15, something around there. Remember, race cars do have the right of way in the paddock, so be respectful. If you have children or family here, let them know that. Let them know, hey, you need to be careful when you're walking through the paddock. These cars are moving quickly, and they do have the right of way. Green group, point by signals restricted to the straightaways only. That's 12 to 1, 5 to 6, 7 to infinity. 5 to 6, remember, turn 6 is a right-hand corner, so I want to see everyone going back, drivers left, after you complete turn 5 and giving the point bys on the right-hand side. This is a driver's right point by because it is a right-hand corner. Point bys should always be completed in the direction of the next apex. Very simple to remember. Which way is the turn going? That's the way I turn. That's the way I point by. The car being passed gets to stay online during the point by signal. The car that is passing is required to go offline and complete a safe pass. When you go offline to complete that pass, please do not chop the nose off of the driver in front of you. They may have better brakes than you, or you may have better brakes than them, and you don't want to meet their car. So please give them the berth, take your line offline, decrease your speed to an appropriate rate, and take that corner offline. Very simple way to step up. Blue group drivers already know how to do this, because now your point by signals in the blue group have been unrestricted. You may pass anywhere you feel comfortable doing so in the lap. This doesn't mean you have to give a point by in the S's just because you're in the blue group and you want to be a hero. Please don't be the hero, because you're gonna end up losing it. I promise you the S is a very difficult place to pass. Even red group usually anticipates where this car is going to approach me, and do I need to get him by now and lift additionally, or do I need to wait till after the S's? Moving on from blue group to red group, it is absolutely mandatory you point by at all places on the lap. Point bys are expected everywhere. There should be a seamless lap. If you reach another car's bumper in our red group, that driver has waited too long to give you the point by signal. Remember, blue group, it's wherever you feel comfortable pointing someone by. Red group, it's wherever it's absolutely mandatory that you point somebody by every place on the lap. There is no holding other drivers up, or we will hear about it. That is part of our red group standards. We have a very high standard, and we evaluate just about every driver that ever enters into our red group. We make sure that they are good to go, and they are the cream of the crop and the tip of the spear, and they're driving at the highest ability that them and their car can handle. Schedule, we're going to hit some highlights here. We've already started our day. The driver's meeting is part of every single track event. I don't care if you're an F1 or NASCAR. They're doing a driver's meeting before they go on track. You should already be engaged in track mode. You should already be thinking about your day, planning it out. How am I going to do this corner? Which corner am I going to work on? Which braking zone do I want to get better? How do I let somebody by it turn, blah, 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 blah. Exactly. Set a goal. Don't just go out there and drive for a Sunday cruise. We aren't out on 53 running, 45. This is an actual racetrack. We need to improve our driving. This is a high-performance driver's education event, so we are going to learn how to drive better on the track so those skills can transfer when we do go out onto the street and we encounter that driver that we see 3 car lengths ahead that may not know that their turn is coming up, and then they slam on the brakes. We're already ready for the evasive maneuver, and we're able to complete it because of how skilled drivers we are. These skills literally transfer to save your life on the street. Because as Mark has said a million times, the idiots are out there. You all care about your driving, right? I know that I'm the kind of guy that's sitting in my car criticizing every other driver because they're doing everything wrong. You all probably are doing the same thing, whether or not you want to admit it, but we care about our driving. Continue to improve your driving, because you can't be the best driver you can be unless you don't, you can always be a better driver. You are not the best driver you could be. You can always continue to improve your skills. So never forget that. Continue to improve your skills. Track orientation session, 8:30. That is a slow speed warm-up session style, but we call it the track orientation so we can get orientated to the track. This allows drivers that have never seen this lap to learn about the turn 11-12 crisis as you come under the bridge. So you will encounter slower traffic during the session. It is under a standing yellow flag, so there's no passing. Helmets on, novices with instructors. Moving right along, 9 a.m., our first red group session, and the third and final classroom with Tim Trailer up in the classroom over there. This is a 40-minute rotation. That takes us to 9:40. Blue group, 9:40 to 10:20. But wait, today is Sunday at Road Atlanta. The 10 o'clock hour will strike, and you will all see a black flag if you are out in the blue group. This is for the quiet hour restriction that has been in place since forever, I believe. We will have to pull out all the loud cars off the track. If you have a stock exhaust, you can normally continue to run this session. We will call out the loudest cars out of the paddock, and they will not be allowed to continue from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. We intentionally put the lunch hour at 11 to 12 to burn off one of those hours. But blue group, your session is going to be cut in half if you have a highly modified car with loud exhaust. I know there's a few Mustangs that are very, very loud, and they already know they're going to be coming into the paddock. It is part of the Road Atlanta debauchery that we have to deal with as far as the sound restriction. Plenty of churches around here like their quiet times during their services. We have to be respectful of the neighbors. They might have been there first. Moving right along, 10:20, that's going to be our first green group session. This is also put in that intentional time because most of the green group has stock exhaust and or slightly modified street cars that will pass this sound restriction. You are allowed to run as long as you are not called out. The corner workers will let you know via black flag if your car is too loud once you get out there. But if you think your car is too loud, go ahead and park it until after lunch. Because if they continue to get concerned, neighbors, about the noise restriction, it's going to be harshly enforced. Currently, they're very lackadaisical and they just let you kind of figure it out. And then they help with the loudest cars. If you think you're loud, you're probably too loud. Lunch, 11 to 12, 11:45 parade laps. If you'd like to participate, please be on the grid by 11:40. Once the train leaves the station, 11:45, we don't add cars to the parade. They have to be between the lead and follow car. This is going to be a 35, 45 mile an hour paced lap. Anyone may drive, family, friends. You can take your children out with you. But please, be on time if you're going to do it. We have a lot of people miss the parade laps, and they sit down there and wonder why they can't get out. And it's one of the more missed sessions, to be honest. Coming up at noon, red group, going to go back to 30-minute rotations. Red, blue, green, coming up to the Chin Track Days happy hour. Who went out happy hour yesterday? You have some great laps? Awesome. Love to hear that. So all the advanced drivers and the novice drivers got along and played nicely. I love to hear that because we all have the same respect for one another that we all should have as a community of drivers and enthusiasts in this program and in this world. Happy hour, point by signals now go to blue group, so you may pass anywhere you feel comfortable doing so on the lap. So if you're a solo yellow driver, you're starting to think about going to intermediate, this is where you start learning, hey, I can point someone by coming into this braking zone a little bit later, and it flows really well. Wow, that worked out awesome for both of us. That's cool. I want to start working on that more and more and more. Come talk to us if you'd like to advance yourself. If you'd like to get advanced, we do run check rides until 2:30. We only have a limited amount of spots. But we can always advance drivers, and we're always looking to advance drivers as a high-performance driver's education program. Passengers may ride with any solo qualified driver. They're going to have to sign our passenger waiver, pay a $20 fee, and they will be allowed to go out with any solo qualified driver for as many sessions as they can stand. Pink wristband. Make sure to have them show it to the pit steward when they're coming down the pit road. Passengers are required to have proper credentials as well. This will ruin your friends for the rest of their life, and they will hate you, and your bank account will hate you even more. That's how I was ruined. I got put in the right seat of Jack's Adam, and now I'm driving every time I possibly can. Shall you have anything to add to my driver's meeting for me? Got a few vendors to add, but...
Flags. How many flags got this?
All right, good point. Excellent. So yesterday, we had a few concerns with flags being missed, y'all. These flaggers are not out here making millions of dollars. They are not out there because this is the best thing in the world. They are out there because they're enthusiasts of this world, and they are out there to keep you safe while you're on track. They are communicating to you by flags. They can't yell at you, and they don't have a headset radio to talk to you while you're in the car. Make sure to pay attention to the flag stations as you're going past them. The track orientation session is the perfect time to do so because there will be a standing yellow flag at every station that has a flag person inside of it. So you know where they're going to be at. You know where they're going to be waving their flags. Their flags are very important. They can help save your car coming around a corner. If you see a waving yellow flag and this guy's jumping out of his station, you can imagine there's probably a pretty big pile of crap on the other side. And you're going to want to take an evasive maneuver. If you ignore that flag station, you may just happen to find that big pile of crap, and it's going to end up really uncomfortable for every situation. All right, every single Road Atlanta event here is presented by Uhlens Advanced Suspension Technology. We run them on all of our cars, or a lot of our cars. I'm sorry, not all of them. Wonderful products. Chin Track Days drivers get 10% off of those products from Uhlens Advanced Suspension Technology. And of course, the long-time running Discovery Parts. We have the Ron Zappendorf fill-in today. Here comes Jesse. Hey. Everyone, Jesse, round of applause.
Hello. All right. No, I don't feel safe on the stool. I'm in the trailer with the flames. If you need any kind of brake fluid, oil, 2020 helmets, and we also have common brake pads. So if you need brake pads, you can take them over to Joseph and he'll put them on. Thank you.
All right.
There will be a barber.
And there'll be a barber. Plots Productions, taking pictures all day long. Some wonderful shots happened yesterday. He does do some of the greatest work I've seen from a photography standpoint. I personally keep a lot of his products on my wall because it's so good. Jason, how was your day?
But I got some awesome shots. If you want shots today, if you didn't sign up yesterday, then make sure you come to the booth and sign up. That way I know specifically who I'm looking for, because I will have sometimes in the middle of the day or the end of the sessions, hey, you get any pictures of so-and-so car? I'll have one photo. So make sure you come sign up at the booth. That's the most important thing. And it doesn't matter how fast you're going, because if you're slow, I'll still make you look like you're fast.
All right. Rental cars can look fast behind the lens of Jason. Joseph with Corsa Crew, Trackside Service, taking care of all of our drivers and keep them on track. And if you happen to break down, he has a few options for you. Wonderful track options. Joseph, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day at Road Atlanta. I'm Joseph with Corsa Crew. If you weren't here yesterday, we're located right there in the white tents, right across from the Chin trailer. Some things we'll provide for you is anything you need to stay on track today. Come by and see us if you need a brake pad change, brake fluid bleed, or anything like that. We'll be happy to take care of it for you. Should your car fail in the first session, you drove a long way to get here, we have a Cayman GTS and a Miata, Spec Miata for rent if you need something to get back on track to finish your day out. Also, we have a couple of free things. First thing we have is air. In front of the white tent, if you need to put air back in your tire, it's got a nice gauge on it. Pull up anytime, feel free to use it. The second thing is coffee. If if you'd like a free cup of coffee, good coffee, come by the trailer. It's our Corsa Brew High Octane coffee. If you really like it, go to Discovery Parts and buy it back because they sell it. Other than that, I think that's it. I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you out there.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Also, Primal Racing with their SR10. I don't think they have it here today. I do believe they have a client that was interested and they took it to AMP for possible paperwork and a purchase. That did not take long. Obviously, it's a wonderful piece of equipment. If you ever wanted to step into the world of aero, the Radical product may be the cheapest and best way into that world. See what it's like to have more than just mechanical grip. Locked In, providing HPD insurance for all of us, all of our drivers. If you like it, it is optional. If you'd like to check it out, Locked In Motorsports.com, I believe, something like that. HPDinsurance.com. They do cover yourself, any track damage that incurs. Check them out. Great thing to have in the back pocket just in case you need it. G-Lock brakes. All Chin drivers get 10% off, and all instructors get 20% off G-Lock brakes. If you'd like to become an instructor, come talk to me. I'd love to talk to you more about our training programs. Coming up next, Barber's sold out next weekend. Sebring, March 27th, 28th. Triple header, Coda, NCM, Sebring, April 24th, 25th. And the opening event, Watkins Glen, May 10th and 11th. But this coming up Monday is your chance to win a koozie and an invisible glass bottle of Stoner Car Care. That'll be Road Atlanta, May 22nd, 23rd, and also the follow-up Barber on the 24th. 3 days of track excellence at 2 wonderful venues. That opens Monday at 9 p.m. Make sure we did our job right and the event actually opens. Be the first to register for me, please. All right. Do we have any questions, concerns, commentary? All right. Even Randy's quiet now. I like it. All right. One day drivers, hang out with me. Instructors. Tim's going to want to have a quick meeting with you over by Corsa Crew. Sunday drivers, hang out with me. Why are you here today, everyone?
Have fun!
Who's in charge of your safety?
Yeah.